Hello, this is my recording for CS431 Assignment 1. So using my SQL workbench, typing in my password right now. I think I just ignore that. Yeah. Never seems to open up the script I want it to, but whatever. Open SQL script. And then my assignment. So there's question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 2 for 6. And then 7, and then 8. So just run them one at a time. There's that. Instrument name column, list price, date added. From instruments, I'm in this schema, so I don't have to put CS431 music store dot instrument name. So it's from the instrument table over here. Yeah. And then the where is it limits the range of it, so list price greater than 500 and list price is less than 2000, and then order by date added, and then descending. And then if we look at the date added, 7:30 is after 6/1, 12:05, 10:13. So that works. That's Q1. Here's question 2. Item ID, item price times quantity as price total. That creates a new column that's not in the which table is it from the order instruments table. So you put the as price total, creates a new column, price total. Do that again for discount total and item total, right there and there. And then when you're using new columns that aren't in the original table, instead of using where item total is greater than 500, you have to use having. That's in the documentation. I don't know why, but that's what you have to do. So that's question 2, also in descending order. And as we see, item total goes from greatest to least, so that's working. And then question 3, let's run it. Oh, camera got blurry. There we go. So using the now, and then making the column be called date. That's why it's date right here. And then, got blurry again. Date format, now, percentage EB, capital Y. That's like, I haven't found the documentation for like all of these abbreviations, but that's how you do these certain types of like, what's it called? Ways of saying it. So like if we look here, this is 0920, but this is Sep 2020, and this is September 2020. And that's determined by these letters and percentage. The slashes and the hyphens are just the in-betweeners for each one. So there's that. That's question 3. Question 4, let's run it. First name, last name, line 1, city, state, zip code, email address. I don't know if I need that. 1 second. Where's the assignment? Oops. What question was I on? Question 4. So, oh, I don't need that. Oh, wait, 1 second. I'm not sure because it's saying first name, last name, line 1, city, state. Oh, okay. So I use this as a way of checking for the email address, but because in the assignment it doesn't say to include it, I commented it out. But as you could see, people who have the same email address but different addresses got listed separately, and that was also the case for this person. But now if I comment out email address, because it's not required by the homework prompt, if I just do that, run it, then it's same thing but without email address, so I use that as like a way to check it. Okay, and question 5. Select first name, last name, line 1, city, state, zip code, addresses, join musicians. So at first I had this and condition, but then I realized I don't need it. And to prove that it doesn't do anything different, I'll just include it for now. And it should give the same data table. Now I comment that out. It's probably just going to give the same thing. 6 rows, nothing's changed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same thing. But joining 2 tables, use the alias here so that it's easier to do this. Yeah, and the billing address. I don't know if I could use aliases here. I don't remember. Does that do anything? Oh yeah, it changes the name of the column. Yeah, so I don't use aliases here. That's why. Just making sure. But yeah, there's question 5. So you if we look at the addresses table and the musicians table, we have to find out the copying thing that's in both of them. That'd be address ID, and then musician ID. So yeah. Oh, wait a second. Is that wrong? Oh, no, sorry. It's address ID to billing address. That's what it was. So address ID, and then it has to be similar to their billing address because that's the only like information you could say is the same. Because this, oh, I guess you could have used musician ID as well. So that's why I had that before, but it's not needed because it's the same thing more or less. So yeah, what was the homework prompt for that? That was question 5. So yeah, addresses that are the billing address for a musician. Oh, I think the reason why I did that is because if you have just this one, which is actually the same thing as question 4, if you have just this one, it'll show the double IDs. But this one, it'll only show them up once because their billing address only appears on one of the addresses. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So question 6. This one's a long one. There's 2 ways to write it. I have this prompt and then I have another prompt. I don't know which one's better. But first we'll do the columns they're doing. Last name, first name, order date, instrument name, price, discount amount, quantity. You see that here. And then you start out one table from musicians M using an alias. You join it with orders on this condition, and you also join orders on this condition. This one relates to orders, instruments relates to instruments, and then you also have a lot of ands for all the other stuff that are in order instruments. So yeah, order by last name, order date, instrument name. That means last name is the first thing that gets ordered, And then after that, it's order date if they're the same, or like if like something needs to be changed, and then instrument name. So there's that. And then the other way of doing it is let's comment these out. It's the exact same thing, but I guess one of them's more syntactically correct than the other. I think it's this one. This is the one. This was the format it was on the slides. So I'll run that. Gives the exact same answer, but instead of the join, and on and ands, it's just this is a way to join multiple tables at one time. Columns from, you put all the tables here and their aliases, and use the where conditions, and it sorts it out the same way. I don't know if there's too much of a difference, but that's why I have that commented out. So just in case, whichever one's better, I had them both for, I guess, testing purposes. And then let's do this one. So I didn't have to have distinct here. It works either way. I know it's a keyword, but it looked optional for me, so there's that. Instrument one. Oh yeah. So this is from the table instruments, but it's using the it's a self join. I think that's what the problem was. Yeah, use a self join for question 7. So when you're doing a self join, you have two aliases for on the same table, but when you're in the select, you just use the alias for one of them, and you have to attach it on, otherwise it doesn't work. And to prove that, I'll delete this to show that it doesn't work. Select, there's a error right there. See error. So let's put in back the I1 dot, and then run it again. Well, it's working. I haven't been showing it all this time, but yeah, it's working. I don't know if that's important or if this is more important, but back to question 7. Instrument name, list price, and this is what's it called? This is checking if the instrument ID is the same and the list price is the same. So if we go into the instruments table for reference, see how instrument IDs. Oh wait, no, sorry about that. You have to make sure the instrument IDs are not the same. You can't use this format. What's it called? Exclamation mark equals. That does not mean not equal to, at least not in this context. So you have to use these two opposite or less than greater than in that order. So this is saying the instrument IDs are not equal to each other because they're all unique in the table, but their list prices are equal. And we see in list price that $7.99 and $9.99, those two are the same, but their IDs are different, and that's why those two are the only rows that show up. That's question 7. Then question 8 is practicing union operator. So ship status is the what's it called? The column name, and this select is used to fill in the row for that column, and the same is for this not ship, depending on which condition it fulfills. But order ID, order date for union, columns have to be the same, so that's why they're the same here. I'm not too sure if the tables have to be the same. I'm gonna assume it is. But the condition, that's where it's different. Ship date is not null. For you can't use the context of ship date is not equal to null. It's the same thing as earlier where like the documentation says otherwise, so you have to use is not null or is null. Yeah, so there's that. And then order by comes after the union. So order by order date. So we see that this is the most recent one, and this is the one that happened decent amount ago. Show shipped or not shipped. And then we can go into orders, check the table, see all these null ship dates right here. So it should be these 1, 2, 3, 4 that should come up. 1, 2, 3. So the empty one doesn't show at all. But 6, 8, and 9 for the order ID. And that is order ID is 6, 8, and 9. So that is correct. And that is assignment 1. Yeah. Just to make sure, MySQL workbench, everything was working fine except for that one I intentionally didn't. To prove it, I could just hit Control All and run everything, and as it shows, there should be 8 separate tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's everything I showed individually, and that's it.